this. All right, super. So this is what we are going to start with. I gave you a few action items on Thursday, Friday, and then I posted yesterday also that if you're going to make 3 calls, so we are going to take the first 10 minutes on sharing, like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. If you want to share, I want to keep your response again very brief so that more people get a chance to share, right? Okay, so I want you to so this is what I want you to share. Okay, write down the things that I'm telling you and be very crisp on that. Okay, so this is a practice for you as well, and be very, very crisp on that. Okay, so what I want you to share in the last 2 days, whatever we discussed, what were those burning points? Like, what were those light bulb moments? Like that had a really impact on you. If you have to think about it, then you are just preparing what to say. But if it spontaneously comes out to you, oh my God, these two things it hit very hard on me. That means that point has created an impact for you. You get my point? So when somebody puts you in a spot right after the session, hey, what was that turning point? And if you immediately come out of that sentence, then what does that mean? That has created an impact on you. Okay. So that is what I want to know in Thursday and Friday. What were those maybe 1 or 2 points that really, really had a huge impact on you? And then how many prospecting calls you were able to make on Thursday and Friday, those 2 days? Because remember what I told you yesterday, learn a little, do a little, learn a little, do a little. If you're not doing, then there is no use. Okay. So doing has to go along with learning. Very, very important. Okay. So now we'll start. Whoever wants to share, please raise your Zoom hand. And then we'll summarize the 2 days call. But please raise your Zoom hand, whoever wants to share. Because remember, your sharing is not just your sharing is helping all other people out here as well. Okay, it is an inspiration for them as well, and they also are getting the feel of the field here. Why do we do this sharing? Sometimes people feel, oh, starting mein to they will be sharing, I'll join a little late. You're missing out on the point. You know why? When people are sharing, what does that mean? They have actually went on the field and they have applied it. And what did they feel about it? So what we are trying to do is we are trying to bring that real field experience here on the Zoom for you all so that you can get the taste of it. So now let's say somebody tells me, like, let's say Raj tells me, tells everybody, I made 5 prospecting calls, but appointments are not set yet. So, but I'm going to make another 5 calls tomorrow and I'm going to continue prospecting. Now, what the other people will think, oh, okay, I'm not the only one who is not getting responses. This happens. This is normal in the business, right? That gives them a feel. Now, Shweta says, I made 5 calls and I got 1 appointment. Okay, very good. 5 calls, 1 appointment. I have to keep going, right? So that is what I'm trying to tell you here. It gives an inspiration to everybody else as well. So remember, your message, by sharing, you have a chance to inspire. By sharing, you have a chance to work on somebody's mindset as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. Keep your message again, cannot emphasize enough. I hate to cut you off. Keep your message very, very brief. So, what do I want you to share? I want you to share the 2 points that created a huge impact on you from Thursday and Friday's training, and your activity, how many calls you made. Okay. Okay, Satyendra, go ahead. We'll start with Satyen. And see, we have 162 people on the call yet today. I only see a few hands raised. I don't know what does that mean, actually.
Good morning, everyone.
Go ahead, Satyendra.
This is Satyendra from East Bay, California, and Hayward. And my upline and field builder is Ramasatra Boina, and Preeti is my mentor. The takeaways from the sessions, Reshma, you have done so far, 2 points came to my mind. In order to succeed, you need an inventory of human capital, which is the prospect to grow your business and results. You expect to expand your reach. So, there's a difference between prospecting and recruiting. That's what I meant. And on other side, I have also to focus on not to talk too much while approaching. Instead, ask questions with the intention of, just finding out the pain points of the prospects in order to understand what they need.
Sure.
And I
Activity.
had 5 prospects. One of them I met at the South Milpitas Gurdwara during my booth. And that
No
person
details. So no details. Just give me the activity, like how many calls you made.
Right. So I made the 5 calls.
5 calls. Okay. Any meetings you have set up?
Yeah, I have set up a meeting with one of the persons who is running a franchise for his wife's term insurance.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Super. Great. Okay. Now next, whoever's sharing, it's okay. You don't have to mention your field builder's name or anything like that. That way we'll keep it short actually. Just get to the crisp message here. Okay. And that's it. Okay. So again, the message is in 2 days, like Satyendra clearly pointed out, what was the two things that he really had an impact. So what are two things that had an impact on you and your activity? How many calls you made? And if on the call here, there are people who for some reason are not able to make calls, that's okay. But can you at least share your learning? What has created an impact on you? That will be a revision for everybody as well. Okay. Kinnari, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, Reshma. Good morning, everyone. So my two biggest takeaway from Thursday and Friday is one of the things is to have a casual conversation. Let the prospect know that there's no pressure
Okay.
and do not talk too much, ask questions and ask for an appointment.
Okay. And activity, any calls made?
And yes, I made 2 calls, no appointments yet,
Okay.
but I'll be making more calls today. Thank you.
Awesome. Great. Nagasweta, go ahead.
Good morning, Reshma. Good morning, everyone. So my key takeaways was on from Thursday was always ask yourself like what is stopping me from doing this business, and second is the key don't talk too much and always leverage your field builder. If there is anything questions, don't over, give the information to the clients. And I did a couple of, almost 5 calls. But yesterday I was in a party, so I had an opportunity of meeting directly new people, and I introduced myself, and they also was interested. So they said they'll be reaching out to me next week for more information.
Okay, super.
Thank
Lalita.
you.
Lalita, go ahead. Lalita
Yeah,
Reddy.
yeah. Hi, good morning. My two takeaways are like learn little and do that, because I'm like keep on learning. I will never put it into action. This time I started doing things. My prospect list is done, and one more good takeaway is no rejections, only feedbacks. I'm the
Correct.
overthinking person. If one rejection is coming, I'm like a done. I was like a done, no making call or no talking. But I'm taking that rejection in different way. That helps me a lot. In 2 days, I made a lot of calls. Each day, 6 or 5 calls I made. 3 appointments I booked,
Very good.
and all are positive only. I'm no no's for me.
Okay, I want to,
Yeah.
very good, Lalit. I'm going to take a moment here. So, two very important pointers she brought out: learn a little, do a little, because without action, there is nothing. And she said there is no rejection, there is only feedback. Now, think about this. In 2 days, I can see that, I really see that change in her as well, actually, a little bit. I've met her a couple of times. So, when 2 days, I think probably these calls have worked on her mindset. Am I right, Lalita? It has worked on your mindset. Now,
Yes.
when the mindset has worked, now when she's making prospect calls, now she's different. Her tone is different. Because her mindset is different, her tone is different. Because her mindset is different, her attitude is different. Because her mindset is different, she's not worried, fear. She knows that people will say no, and that's okay. It's just a feedback, and I will move on. That is what happens. Work on the mindset first, and you will never be worried. And understand the nature of the business, and you will never be worried. And you know that, okay, there will be people who will say no. That's okay. She made 6 calls a day. That is 12 calls. That's amazing. Yes, there are maybe 2 or 3 appointments set up, but don't you feel better in prospecting, Lalita? Don't you feel comfortable in prospecting? You know, that
Yes.
itself is an achievement. Yes, calls is an outcome for sure, but getting better at prospecting with every prospecting call when I'm a new person, that is a result. Don't you consider that as a result? That is a result. I'm feeling comfort because prospecting mentality is business. If I get comfortable with prospecting, that's it. I am going to win sooner or later for sure. Okay, thanks Lalita for sharing. Altaf and Shireen, go ahead.
Good morning, Reshma. Good morning, team. I did 5 calls, and one its outcome is not in our control. our job is to educate them. So in the 5 calls, I got a 2 appointment on Thursday, and in the afternoon, I the father didn't join, but son has joined, and father is interested in the life insurance. On the same day in the evening, my wife, she recruited another person as a business partner, you can say.
Okay.
So these are the 2 outcomes.
Yeah. One more thing I want to tell you all. See, when you are not feeling pressured inside, when you're not feeling anxious inside, when you're prospecting, you are giving that comfort and no pressure energy to the other person as well. And now prospecting becomes such a beautiful experience. Prospecting? It's just a conversation. It's just a sharing. That is what I want you to do. I want you to develop that mindset and comfort inside you so that you can transfer that to the other person as well. Then you don't sound like pushy or desperate or, like a salesperson, and, you don't give that energy. If you don't have that energy, you're not going to give that to you can only give what you have. And remember what I told you? I want you to write this sentence down in bold letters and put this sentence on the top of your prospect list. How many of you is going to do this action item, what I'm telling you right now? I want everybody to do that, please. Everybody, each and everybody, I want you to do that, okay? And train this to your team as well. I want you to write this down in bold caps and highlight it. I 100% responsible for all the scenario of disasters that I create. Does a prospect create a scenario of disaster, or I create scenario of disaster? Who creates scenario of disaster?
I create.
Prospect does not know anything. I create. I am responsible. I'm 100% responsible for the scenario of disasters that I create. Good news, it's fixable. We'll fix it. We'll learn the lesson and we'll move on. But I am 100% responsible. Give yourself a reminder. Okay, and look at that every day before you make the prospecting call. And relax, take a deep breath, smile first. And another thing I will tell you, don't sit on the couch and comfortably on the bed and relax and make that conversation. Your tone is different. I want you to stand up. I want you to feel that energy. I want you to have a smile on your face. I want to tell you, smile can be heard. Smile can be heard. Okay? So if you take that 30 seconds of preparation before you make that prospecting call, that goes a long way, by the way. Asma, go ahead.
Yes, which I learned in these last 2, which completely changed my mind and give me more energy too. That small mind cannot make you rich. You have to change your mindset, and do not be over talking to and give them is too much information. So yesterday, I have a walk and talk, and I did talk to I met with one of the Korean guy, and I shared a little bit information too, and I did set up an appointment with him on a Monday evening with my field builder.
Okay, lovely. Shweta, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Go ahead.
I made few calls. That was not the best of the best, but I met someone in person, a realtor. And I talked to him about the business. I said, this is what the financial industry I represent, and we have team and all that. So he smiled at me and he's like, I'm familiar with HGI. By any chance, are you in HGI? I said, yes. He joined in 2017, never got a chance to do anything. But he said, convention is coming, right? I said, yeah. He's like, I've never done anything. I didn't take my license. But people like you are in HGI. Now I feel like I want to go to the convention. So Rupak, my husband, he smiled at me. He's like, you're creating impact. He was inactive and he's becoming active. I'm like, it's good that he's becoming active, but it would be nice if he's active in my team. But he's in my, as you said, never, he goes in my prospect list, right? I'm going to keep on talking. I'm going to make sure that if he wants to change the team, so I have his contact and we are back and forth messaging each other. So that was the in-person, and also go out with intention. That's the one that I really like. When you step out of the house, it is the field. So now I go to grocery store, I scan the store. I'm like, okay, I see 15 people who I can go and approach.
Absolutely.
So that's another thing that I have learned from last 2 days calls, that go out with intention. Have extra time so that you can do prospecting.
Correct. Absolutely. Yes. Ipsita.
Hi, good morning, Reshma. Good morning, our future leaders. So I joined this group very recently. So I started when approaching to others, I speak so much. So some negative feedback also comes. So they already join in a HGI. They know about HGI, and they don't want to do. But after these two meetings, I got to know how to speak with others silently, a very less talking. After that, I got it 4 calls. That calls, they call me as a like some anniversary wish and some birthday wish. They call me when. So I speak about I'm very busy. I'm doing some like how we have to approach. When I'm done, they surprisingly they're interested and they're giving response to me for the next appointment. And
Very
another things I like to share here, like when I'm going to gym. So before going to gym and outside, always taking Resma's call last 2 days. So they're very excited what she's doing, why she's sitting and doing some calls inside the car.
very
So
good.
they started telling, if you're doing some, are you doing some business? I say yes. So after that, they started interesting and they asked me. So I'm very happy they asked me, but I'm trying to do few of them like get the meeting and start doing BOP. Yeah, some second call I have to attend that one.
Very good. That is a subtle way of creating a FOMO and curiosity in them, you know.
Yes,
And
yes.
in warm market, you brought a good point, and I'll share something. People say in the warm market, I approach them, then they are not. You, when we go to the follow-up part, I'll explain you how to do the follow-ups with the warm market. So if you do it correctly, you will never lose relationships at all. Okay, your friends will be your friends, whether they do this business or don't do this business. They will always be your friends. They will always be your family. I have never had any issues like that. If you know how to handle the follow-ups with the warm market, there is a subtle way. In the beginning, when I also, they said no, I used to be busy. I used to take calls, but I used to make it very visible that I'm busy. I'm taking calls. I'm going to the convention. See how people say I went to a movie. I say, oh, I went to the convention. I also share that, right? Why not? Okay, I went to this vacation. Okay, I went to the convention. These 3 days were very busy. I went to the convention. So I'm creating that. You know what people sometimes do. Now let's say Sadish is here and I already approached him and he's one of my best friends for past 15 years and he said no to me. Then I stopped having any conversation. I don't even tell him I went to the convention because he's not, what will he think again, I'm trying to sell? No, it's okay. He told me I recently went to Bahamas. I tell him I recently went to convention. Last 3 days was very busy for me as well. That is a way to follow up as well. Why should I not share that? I'm not asking him to join. I'm just sharing as a friend what I did for last 3 days or what I did last month or which trip I took last month. What's wrong in that? Right? So you have to do so. Great sharing, Ipsita. Alpesh, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My learning last few days is don't pitch, but invite. Know when to exit and speak with your heart. And activity-wise, I made 4 calls yesterday, which did not resulted, but it is in my follow-up list. I went to restaurant and made 1 connection, exchanged the numbers, and will be in touch with the prospect.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure. Sure. So here is something that I am going to share with you, which I learned. And I'm going to share in the end something. I'll share a book name as well. I don't know how many of you would like to read or become readers as well, because it's very important. I read a book few years ago, What to Say to Yourself When You Talk to Yourself. It was a complete game changer for me. It's an amazing, very popular book. Okay. So you have to eliminate all the negatives from your vocabulary, from your mental vocabulary. Very important. Eliminate as much as you can. Practice it. It will come with practice. So, like somebody say, I did not get the results. No. Okay, results are coming soon. I have sown the seeds. Simple change, right? Results are, oh, I did results, I've sown the seeds. Results will come soon. I've sown one appointment set up, rest I've sown the seeds, result will be coming soon. So small shift in your mental vocabulary can go a long way, not only in this business, in everywhere. Have you heard your grandparents saying, my mother-in-law, my grandmother always used to say, Hindi mein bolungi, kabhi when we run out of sugar, I don't know how to translate it, she used to say, मैं बोली ना मम्मी sugar खत्म हो गई है, नहीं sugar नहीं है, sugar खत्म हो नहीं है, नहीं बोलना बेटा, बहुत है बोलना. तो मैं तब सोचती थी अरे है ही नहीं तो बहुत है कैसे बोलूं, but at that time I did not understand, but now I do what she meant. Okay, because words are energy and they have power. Okay, all right, Susie, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So from the past 2 days, what I learned was what not to say when you approach people and be in a hurry and customize the approach based on the environment. Because I always used to say, I'm in a financial services. Now I learned how to change that, twist that based on if it's a mother, like change it around like that. And in the past 2 days, I made a bunch of calls. I would say more than 10 calls a day. And I booked 3 BOPs for today. I have 2 BOPs for tomorrow and 1 FNA and bunch of other appointments for the coming week. So that was a big change. Thank you.
Very nice. Congratulations. Okay. One more sentence I've told in the past trainings I want to tell again, and I want you to write this down. Okay. Conversations does not equal to conversions. Conversations equals to connections equals to conversions. You agree? So what Susie said before, I used to go and share to everybody I have a business opportunity. Did I really make that connection with that person, or I just pitched? Somebody would be relate to it because they are looking for entrepreneurship, they come from a business background, they immediately connect, oh, business opportunity, what is it? But somebody who has never done entrepreneurship, like a mom example that we did yesterday, there is no connection made in that pitch. So you have to learn, how do I connect with them? That way they are comfortable to make. So conversation equals to connections equals to conversions. If that connection is not made, we have CCC, right, in our LFS. What is it? Constant course correction. This is a CCC for prospecting. Conversation equals to connections equals to conversions. All right. Swati, go ahead.
Hi, Reshma. So yeah, I have learned about certain mistakes that I did in the past, like when I spoke with a few members in my warm prospect, I mean my close friends reach, that I accidentally gave them a few more details in terms of how to help them get curious to the.
Hi, Varshabir.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me one.
Pajama, también.
Kimberly,
Okay.
can you mute
Sí,
yourself?
Krishna.
Yeah. So from that I learned, because not many of my own.
Yeah, go ahead.
close
I can talk.
friends,
Give me 1 second.
not.
Swati, give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Swati, you go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi. Yeah. So in that process, I learned that, like, some of my close friends, and also I made another mistake of following up with them pretty soon. So these were my early stages of mistake making. So I just gave myself a chance to forgive myself, but to move on with a fresh approach, because once we have the learning, we get to learn, and there's always a better time to improve ourselves. So we just have to give ourselves a chance. So the best part of takeaway in these 2 sessions was that keep the conversation casual, begin with a warm approach, not like with an inclination to get a transactional approach, something of that sort, but just keep it short and simple, and let it be casual, as much casual as possible. And if they are busy for some reason, just don't pressure, just don't put them on a pressure on a tight spot. Just say that there is one wonderful opportunity, and if you'd be interested, this is from the financial domain, you can come, and this is a free webinar that's going to happen. So more or less, like it's like in these last 2 days I made about 10 to 12 calls, and out of which 5 members are interested in the financial concepts and the BOP actually for these 2 days.
Lovely. Very good. See, if you, Swati, if you keep up with this momentum, right? 5 calls every day. 5 calls every day for the rest of the month till December 31st. You know how many seeds you can sow for next year, isn't it? Right? If you keep up this with this momentum, your next year will definitely look different. Okay? So that's great. Congratulations. Murli, go ahead.
Yes, hi, Reshma. I'm just unmuting myself.
Yes.
Good morning, team. So, my takeaways from the last couple of days on your training. And by the way, Reshma, I love your trainings. You make it so easy to understand. You break it down. One thing that touched me was be obsessed. And then I was thinking, what should I be obsessed with?
Very good.
Be obsessed with work because success is intentional. Negativity is by default.
Can I interrupt you quickly for a second, please? So be obsessed is very good, but do not be obsessed with work. Be obsessed with what you want. Be obsessed with your dream. You be so obsessed that when you see the path, you only see the result. You don't see the obstacles at all, and you just keep going.
Yep.
Okay?
Sounds fair.
Yes, go ahead.
One of the things which certainly is the paradigm shift in thinking, right? One of my favorite books is Think and Grow Rich.
Absolutely.
And the one you were talking about is the What You Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Hemstetter.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite books as well. And the other one is the belief does not create opportunity, but only recognizes it. So that means we have to act on it before it becomes that it gets into you. So I think those two go together.
Yes,
Obsession
very
with your
important.
dreams and the belief. The belief increases your obsession, so they work together. And the biggest one which I learned, which I've been working on, is you got to choose discipline over comfort. Like Jack Ma once said, if you're lazy at 8 o'clock, wake up at 7:30 so that you can beat the laziness. So that's what I like, the discipline over comfort. In activity wise, apart from the other activities, but purely based on your teachings and what had made 6 calls. And this is from the 6 from the warm list, which I had missed from the phones. So I went through, took the social media as well. And some of them haven't talked to in 20 years. So I got in touch with them. I told them, but out of 6, I got in touch with 4, and I have booked 3 meetings with that. And the other 2 are later, and everything is a feedback. So that's awesome. Thanks, Reshma.
Very good. Lovely. I loved. Yeah, very good. And since he told Think and Grow Rich, I read maybe 15 years ago when I was not even in this business, or 20, I don't know. And I always love to read, but somebody recommended me that book, Think and Grow Rich. That title got me very, very curious. Think and Grow Rich. I mean, how can I grow rich? How can I think and grow rich? Okay. So I'm like, that made me very curious. I read it. I have read it 3 times. I still cannot get enough of it. I want to tell you, whether you like to read or you don't like to read, it really does not matter. If you like to grow in life, that is a must and a mandatory book. I like to call it as a Bible of personal development.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so phenomenal. It is so phenomenal. Okay. I think I do have saved. If nowadays there is no excuse, you don't have to time to read. Okay. You can make your driving time as a listen audible. I use my cooking time, my laundry time, my walking time. Everything got converted into learning time now. Everything got converted into learning. I'm cooking, I'm listening to an audible. I'm doing laundry, I'm listening to an audible. I am walking in the gym or outside, I'm listening to an audible. Okay, so you have to convert, or you have to make those adjustments in life if you want to learn, right? Very important. I think I do have audio versions. I'll share it in the group if you want to listen the summary of that book. I don't know, but it is a must read. Great. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Murli, for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay. Visalakshi, I think your name is different here, but that's what shows on the screen. Go ahead.
Hi. Hi, Reshma. This is Visalakshi.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your trainings, Reshma. Yeah, from today's trainings, that my takeaways are like if you get a recruit, it's not just one person. It's just it's a list of people you get it. And one more is if someone rejects you when you say the opportunity, they are not rejecting you, they are rejecting the opportunity, and it's a feedback. So these are two key takeaways from this. And I made two calls yesterday. One of them didn't lift, but one call is like it's been a long time. Like he is my friend's brother. He stays in United States. So we are in the same school, but I haven't approached him for a long time. We haven't spoken anything. So I just wanted to be in touch with him. And then on the conversations, he asked me, what are you doing now?" So I announced myself, like I'm a licensed in financial industry. So he asked me, "What do you?" Uh, so is it a CPA or something? No, I'm not a CPA. So I educate people on how to diversify their income, including family protection. And all those things I said. And so I asked her, what does his wife do? Like, and then he's looking for something. So and I said, why don't she listen to the opportunity? It's a good opportunity in the financial industry. Then he said, okay, I will speak to her, and if she's interested, I'll get back to you. So since it is a long time, I was reaching him, and for the first time, so I couldn't tell so much about the opportunity, but I will be in touch with him. So yeah, that was the one.
Yes, you brought in a very good point. I want everybody who is not talking, please mute. Okay, let me mute him. Sometimes it happens by accident. I understand, no problem. Okay, so one thing she brought from yesterday. See how this, by sharing, we are summing up, right? We are doing a revision also. So whenever you're recruiting a person, you're recruiting a potential network, isn't it? What did I tell you? You're not recruiting person, you are recruiting networks. I did not recruit Altaf, I recruited Green Team. See how big Green Team is? Isn't it? Do you see the power? We don't recruit a person, we recruit a network. So whenever you're talking to a prospect, if you remember these key points, and I want you to put these few key points on the top of your prospect list. And whenever you have a new team member, I want you to tell them also, write down so that there are reminders. It works on every time they open their prospect list, it works on their mindset. These are reminders. Isn't it? Very important. Okay, so if I have Atul's name in my prospect list, I have Atul's network in my prospect list. Is that true? It is true. I have to keep reminding. I have Atul's. So if I hesitate to call Atul because I'm worried, I'm scared, or I quit, I don't follow up with Atul, I have not lost one person, I have lost the entire network and the list. Because from that one person can come so many networks. And network is our net worth. Okay, so just I want you to remember that. Very good.
So one question, Reshma, sorry if I am bothering you. So is it okay, like after so many days, we haven't met the people and how to start a conversation with him?
Very
Is it
good.
straight
I
away?
like Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. So if you have a contact in your phone and you have not reached out to them for a long time, you know them, but you've not been in touch. It could happen sometimes with friends or some family members, anything. That does not mean that you feel, okay, now how should I reach to them because I have not spoken with connection. No, that's okay. You have an opportunity to give. So let's say I have Kritika in my prospect list. We were friends, we knew each other, but now we didn't speak for maybe 2, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. That does not mean I should not call her. So here, what I would do is instead of beating around the bush or trying to make that, I would straight come to the point so they don't feel it's fishy. But if I feel, oh, hey, Kritika, how are you? How's been family? What are you doing nowadays? It's been so long. We did not connect. And then suddenly I do that, then it looks fishy. Hey, Kritika, it's been such a long time that we connected. Hope you and your family are doing well, and we have not connected in a long time. But for the reason for my call today is this, because I thought about you because of this. Then goes your approaching conversation. Immediately. Do not beat around the bush. That's okay. You're giving an opportunity. You thought about her. Nothing wrong with it. She'll be grateful if she really takes this seriously and if she's looking for an opportunity, and then she'll be grateful that suddenly one day got a call from Reshma and she shared this with me. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful that she thought about me. Although we were not in touch for such a long time, she thought about me. See, it could have been the other way also, right? You are thinking, how should I talk? And she must be thinking, oh my God, although we were not in touch, she thought about me and she offered this to me. Right? Everything is in your mindset. Okay, great. Bertie?
Hi, good morning. So my takeaway from last two classes were like not to take rejection hard. I take rejection very hard, and so I learned like failure is a stepping stone for success, and then learn the situation and according to situation to approach people, talk to people. So in that way, uh, on yesterday I was talking to two people on social media and Facebook that those two are my friends and I have not spoken to them for a long time. So in that, one looks promising and one I'm still trying to connect. On Thursday I made two calls. One looks promising and one joined.
Okay, very good. Congratulations. Yeah. Rosina. Rosina Moment.
Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My takeaway is a big one. Your network is net worth. So I scrolled through my phone and I called. So total, I made like 6 calls. So in that, uh, when I approached them, one said they're going on vacation, so let's do it. You can come any day. So for after December, so it's going to go for next year. And the other one said, he's going to reach me on Monday because he was out of town at this time. And then also, so other 3, I did a walk-in talk because I want to build my network because that's net worth. So I'm very glad that I was able to do this.
Very
And
good.
every day I'm making 5 calls and getting the appointments.
Okay, keep up with this momentum. Okay.
Thank you.
And again,
Thank you.
put this on the top of your prospect list, everybody. I'll put it in the group, some of those sentences. Put this on the top of the prospect list. So every time you open that prospect list, you're going to remember this, that we are not recruiting a person, we are recruiting a network. Yeah.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you. Loved all your training.
Thank you, Rosina. Sadish Kumar, go ahead.
Hi, Reshma. Good morning. I didn't have a chance to be part of the discussion last 2 days because of various commitments, but I've been reading in the chat with the different groups. But I will be part of the calls every day going forward. My biggest takeaway from today morning is being obsessed with what you're doing. That's amazing. And also, when you recruit someone, you're recruiting a network, not just a single person. So that has been my two biggest takeaways. And I had been making calls. So I had made 7 calls where I had 2 appointments for next week. And I had one in-person connection with a person in a store. And at this point of time, he's managing 5 additional stores, but we are going to connect later. Thank you, Reshma.
Okay, awesome. So this is a good revision call for you. Okay, very good. Narinder, go ahead. Narinder, you are on mute. You're not on mute, but we cannot hear you. Okay, while you fix it. Yeah.
Am I audible?
I think you are connected onto. Okay, go ahead.
Now.
Yeah.
Good morning, Reshmaji. Good morning, everybody. I will quickly reduce the volume on the other device. Yeah, very strong pointers shared by you. And I intentionally went out to prospect to the store and also to a restaurant, Reshmaji. I do realize that my job is to educate and not to convince people. I really cannot decide for someone, but at least give them clarity. So I met a lady with a kid at the store and I did share with her. I sort of opened up a conversation and told her the same sentences that you shared during the training. And I told her you really took me down the lane, memory lane, and I was in the same boat. And then the conversation went from there, asking her what she's doing currently. Stay at home mom. Turns out to be she's at, not working, but at home, would soon join back work. I told her how I shifted into the financial services industry and how that has transformed or is on the path of transformation. She got really interested and told her about the opportunity. She is willing. We shared numbers and then willing to come for the webinar that's happening. Excited, to see her and how things go from there. I do realize, Reshma ji, that energy matters a lot. The wrong energy or the anxious feeling can send out wrong signals. So keeping my messages short and exiting at the right time. So I did tell her we both could be busy, and then we both seem to be busy right now. Let's connect over the phone and talk more about once the webinar is over. I would be happy to give you all information, and then from there, I usually reach out to cold market. So from there, I went to a restaurant. I wanted to speak to the restaurant owner since he was not there. I decided why not propose the business opportunity to this person I'm talking to. So I started as he did some probing questions to me. Why are you here? Because I need to pass on your information to the owner. So I told him who I am, my name, and I come from financial services industry, and I help business owners, with reviewing how they are financially protected to show them the best value to the already premiums that they are paying, and what I do. And he liked the fact and he gave me the number. And at the same time, I proposed about the business opportunity to him. That does it,
So
like,
I'll stop
what do
you
you
here,
do? Any
Narinder.
side income
So
that
Narinder,
you're interested in making, like a side career opportunity?
Narinder, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Am I audible?
You're audible. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll stop you here because I want other people to share, but I'm very proud of this fact. And I let her took a little bit more time because the way she was proposing the pitch and everything, I wanted everybody to hear that as well. So she went to the restaurant or the business and she told that, hey, she wanted to meet the owner, but the owner was not there, and she introduced herself. That is so amazing. That is what I'm telling you, that when you go step out of the home, it's a field. Can you stop by? If you're stopping at a gas station, can you go inside and have a conversation if it's not too busy time? Can you stop by somewhere and make those connections? That is what I'm saying. So that's great, Narinder. Keep up with this momentum. And 5 calls. So here is an action item for all of you again. Okay. Do you want an average 2026 or an aggressive 2026? Goal is yours. Nothing wrong with either of them. But if anybody who wants an aggressive 2026 for you, I want you to make at least 5 calls every day, not 1 or 2 calls, 5 calls. And trust me, it will only take 10 minutes to do that. But the impact is going to be huge if you do that. How many of you agree that you're going to make 5 calls today, 5 calls tomorrow, and then when we meet on Monday? So it's going to be total of 10 calls this weekend. It's not a big deal, guys. 15 minutes, that's it. 15 minutes of your time and you can sow so many seeds. 15 minutes, 15 minutes. You all can take out 15 minutes. Doesn't matter how busy you are, how many events you have with kids, families coming home, whatever that may be, does not matter. Okay? Your future and your family's financial future is demanding this from you. Okay, 15 minutes, 10 calls, 10 calls. Where the people will come, you decide. I don't know. Where you will find numbers, you decide. We already discussed about where to find the numbers and prospecting and everything in the last 2 days. So 10 calls before we meet on Monday. Great. Anand, go ahead.
Thank you, Reshma. Thank you for a wonderful training. In the last 2 days and including today, I learned a lot of things and was able to understand platform clearly, and able to explain to my prospects too, and also I learned how to not to feel pressure and also not to apply pressure, particularly when talking to prospects. And with following that rule, I was able to make like around 6 I think 8 calls, including last 2 days, and I got like 3 F&A appointments, and I was able to bring talk to one guest and one of my business partners to come to Top Gun. And also with this progress, and also based on yesterday's comment, I was able to find one prospect from my wife's phone, and I was able to talk to her, and looking forward to explain more in the BOP sometime this week to her prospect from my wife's contacts. So she's a good friend of mine, but I didn't even think about calling her because she is in my wife's network. Thanks for input yesterday. So I can my contact list is doubled. So I need to find out how to call them and one by one. So
Exactly, because family freedom is financial freedom is a family thing, right? Not just your thing. It's a family thing. So, wife's phone prospects and husband's prospect list is our prospect list too. It's a family's prospect list. It's not one person's prospect list, right? Great, congratulations! And you got one new registration for Top Gun. That's amazing.
Yeah, more total in my team, I have 3 members and 3 or 4 members, and I got like 2 booked already. So both are coming.
Great, awesome. Congratulations, Anand.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anwar, go ahead.
Hi. Last 2 days, my takeaway was like first thing to leverage or be leveraged, and second thing you build. So don't work alone. You build team, so you can have a bigger legacy for it. So those was 2 takeaways for me, and then also like AGI is a distribution platform, and my activities like actions. So I scrolled down all my contacts and I found few numbers that I follow up with them. And one of the number that I did BOP like 3 months ago, but that person was not ready that time. And then I called again him for FNA. So he's ready to set for the FNA, and he has sent me his old policies and everything. So we'll review and go for it. Most probably by Sunday we'll have his appointment. And also I've spoke to a few in-person first people.
Okay.
So that's all the activities I have done past 2 days.
Okay, awesome, great, congratulations. Um, I'm going to stop sharing here for a while because I want to quickly summarize some of the pointers what we did in the last 2 days, and then we'll continue. So unfortunately, I cannot take more sharings right now because we have 10 more minutes, and I want to summarize and share some closing thoughts as well. Okay, but congratulations to everybody for showing up. Like I say, you chose discipline over comfort, which itself is a very big thing. This is on a Saturday morning. We were going to summer, but we still have 255 people on the call. That's great. Okay. All those people who have not shared, I want to congratulate you as well for raising your hands. That shows that you have done activity and you have those key pointers. And please keep up with the momentum. Although I'm not able to hear your sharings today, but please keep up with the momentum as well. Okay. So here are some of the things. The first thing that I shared on Thursday was what are the pros and cons of our business model, right? So I'll give you quick overview here as well, just as a revision. Okay, so what the advantage here is low risk, high potential, low risk and very high return potential. Okay, so very important. So very low cost, no risk of bankruptcy, no inventory, no employees. Now think about this: where else can you start a multi 6-figure business with just a few $100s? And nowadays a phone, you can just do, sitting at home, you can do so many prospecting conversations without even going out actually nowadays. 11 years ago when we joined the business, it was different, right? I shared the story, but nowadays it's that easy. Can you not make 10 calls in 2 days just using your phone? That's it. It's very important, right? Learn while you earn. Again, another thing. This is the only profession where your personal growth directly increases your paycheck. See, let's say we work for a company, let's say whoever employer we have, right? So I'll give you an example. Let's say I work for an IT company and I make 200K every year. Let's say my income for this year, I make yearly income is 200K. So this year my W2 will be 200K. Can I set a goal at the same job, at the same position, that next year I will make 300K from that job? Is it possible? But in AGI, can you say that by convention, I want to be a 100K ring earner? And by next Top Gun, I want to be a $250,000 earner. And by 2027, I want to have a $500,000 cash flow. Can you set that goal here in HGI? Can that happen? I think that is the power of this opportunity. Your cash flow can increase. It's an increasing income every year. If you put that activity and effort, it's an increasing income every year. It can be an increasing income every year. And there is no employer who is going to control that. You are going to control your income. Okay, leveraged income. What is leveraged income? What did we say yesterday? That one sentence anybody remembers? Leverage over labor. Do you remember that? Okay, leveraging is the only way you can build wealth. Just hard work is not going to build you wealth. It's not possible to build wealth by hard work. Hard work will create income, it will not create wealth. Only leveraging will create wealth. So leverage over labor, very, very important, right? So most people trade time for money. Here you build a team, develop leaders, create duplication. Now that gives you so much leverage, okay? Other thing is there is no boss here, but you have a community that wants you to win. You have mentorship, you have guidance, you have system, you have support. You cannot find this anywhere else in the corporate life or any other traditional businesses as well. The fifth point, the advantage, unlimited expansion. You're not limited to your own territory. You can expand in all 50 states. And how ambitious you are, how aggressive you are, how obsessed you are, it depends. Okay. Now, people who have more time and who are on MDs and RMDs and executive level, I challenge you, I declare you, I tell you, right? Can you choose 2 new cities that you're going to expand next year? Do you have to know people? Do they have to be in your warm market to expand in that city? Do they have to be in your warm market to expand in that city?
No.
To prospect somebody, does it have to be in your warm market? No, right? So does that open the territory wide open, right? You can prospect anybody from any city and you want to explore in that city. You want to build your business in that city. Can you do that? Can you start thinking in that direction also? Not just in my comfort zone, people around me where I go to the grocery store and everywhere. But can you think outside that as well? Okay, that is expansion. So again, low startup, low risk, residual income and leverage, personal development built in. We have a community and culture. We have flexibility and freedom. We have proven systems and it's an equal opportunity. This is wonderful. If I recruit Atul, he's not my employee. I am giving Atul an opportunity to become an entrepreneur. Atul has an equal opportunity to become a CEO like me. Equal opportunity. That is beautiful, isn't it? Right? So, and what are the disadvantages here? The disadvantage here is, or the challenges I would say, is people quit. So what? It's okay, right? What did we hear? What did we learn on Thursday? We are professionals, right? How do professionals handle this? They just keep looking and prospecting and having conversations until they find people who don't want to quit. Okay, but to find people who don't want to quit, we have to go through this journey. It's like quantity to get quality. You have to go through that quantity, law of averages and law of numbers. That is just how this business works. If you are too much affected by few rejections, then you are losing big time. That you have to anticipate this, you have to expect this. This is how this business works. Okay, so see, people quit gym, people quit on their goals every year. They make resolutions and they quit on that as well. Quitting becomes a habit then. Okay, that's okay. So what, in that process we keep talking to them, we quit. So when people quit, they are not quitting on this opportunity. Actually, if you think about it, they are quitting on themselves, isn't it? And if people who are quitting on themselves, if people don't want to help themselves, can we help them? Nobody can help them if they don't want to help themselves. That's it. We'll put them on the follow-up list. We will never eliminate any name from the list. Maybe the timing will be right. They will come back. Like Hubert says in the LFS also, right? The change will only happen. People don't need motivation and inspiration. People need pain to change. If it becomes very, very painful to stay where they are, then they will look for change. Until then, they will always be in the comfort zone. Only pain triggers progress. Motivation, inspiration does not trigger progress. How painful is it for you to stay the same in 2026 like you were in 2025? Same income, everything same. How painful it is for you to stay same year by year and nothing growing. How painful it is. If it is too painful, then you will take action. If it is not too painful, then you will be very comfortable. Okay. So another challenge here is this business is slow at first, right? You have to be very, very comfortable with delayed gratification. Instant gratification does not build wealth. Delayed wealth building is not overnight. It takes time. It takes discipline. It takes consistency. Okay? Consistency is the price you pay for success. So it will take consistency. So you have to keep going. Very important. Rejection happens. We learn rejection is not rejection because it's a feedback, not because the business is not working, but because people don't understand it. Now, professionals do not get offended at all. They stay consistent and they keep adding value to people every day. They keep finding people every day who are not ready to quit. That's it. Requires self-discipline, very, very important. And discipline is not easy. We all know, but it requires discipline. Misconceptions and stigma. There is a stigma associated with sometimes life insurance industry, commission-based business models and all those things. But now, it does not matter whether people like it or not like it. Platform business model are the way. That is how the business works. Skills is the new currency. Okay. So our business model is built for this new era. That is very important. So these are some of the pros and cons that we learned actually. Okay. Now the other thing is what can go terribly wrong with approach. So what can go terribly wrong? You talk too much. You pitch instead of inviting. Okay. You sound like a robo, a script reader. So if you just sound like a robo, which may happen in the beginning when you are nervous, it takes practice. Okay. So the more you do it, the more sooner you will get out of that zone and you will become natural. That is why I'm telling you, if you make 5 calls every day, okay, don't worry about the outcome. Outcome is not in your control. But if you make 1 call every day, or versus you make 5 calls every day, how soon can you become comfortable in prospecting and look like a natural? Because the most effective way to do it is to do it. I remember because I wanted to get comfortable with prospecting in those days, 11 years ago, when I was not using social media, I was not going on the field that much, but I wanted to become comfortable. I used to open yellow pages and call 5 people every day randomly. I want to become comfortable. I was not worried about the outcome. I want to become, comfortable in prospecting. I want to build that prospecting muscle because prospecting equals to revenue. That's it. Simple, right? You approach with the wrong energy. Like just, somebody said here, right? You already have fear, you have anxiety, you have pressure, you feel like a needy person. Okay. Then you're sending the wrong signals to them. People will sense it. Okay. Very important. You try to convince skeptical people. You don't have to try to convince skeptical people. All you can do is you can share and educate them. And sometimes that takeaway strategy might work. Okay, I understand. I totally understand, Bertie. Maybe this may not be for you. I understand. Not everything is for everybody. I respect your opinion. So that way you're not selling the business cheap. You're not pushing. Very important. You send long, if you're sending messages to them, do not send long paragraphs if they ask for a message. Just say enough so that they come to the meeting. Yesterday, I'll read something for you. I'll not show something, but this is a real example. So I remember I told you I gave a BOP, I met somebody and I gave a BOP, okay? Okay, she sent me these questions. She was going to connect with me on a follow-up meeting today, but then she sent me these questions, okay? So I'll tell you. Okay, Reshma, it was a great meeting, great presentation, but as of now, I'm thinking of doing it as a passive only, and I am looking to add a team member under me. Can I just become a member and not get my license, and he can become an agent and he can get a license? That is the question she asked. And then the next question she asked is, okay, next question she asked is, I was talking to another financial broker recently and their structure is one payout when the policyholder signs up, and a very small amount of continuous payments and lot of renewals. What kind of offers do we have here? Okay, now what should I do? Should I explain everything in the chat? Is it possible? I only told her, hey, is it possible to connect and talk? It will be easier to discuss that way. It will be easier to discuss and explain that way. It will be hard to explain everything on the chat. Simple. Okay, because when I'm talking to her, when I'm looking at her, I have an opportunity to work with her, understand her, body language, understand her skepticism. In chat, I cannot get this feel. What is she thinking? So she said, yeah, sure, can we connect at 5 p.m.? I don't want to explain her everything in the chat at all. Make sense? Right? So that is how. Don't send too long paragraphs and messages and try to explain them everything in the chat or the phone. Just tell them, hey, I would have to show you some things. Can we connect on Zoom? That way you get clarity. Then you can take your decision. Okay, that way you can get clarity. So that is how. Do not send long messages and long paragraphs. It will really not work at all. Okay, just tell them that, hey, to understand this, why don't you come on the Zoom and we will work on it. It's opening my pointers here. Okay, so don't send long paragraphs. And if you don't follow up, what happens? It will be foolish of a farmer, right, to sow the seeds and do not show up when the harvest is there. Then somebody else is going to eat your lunch. Somebody else is going to eat your harvest. So please do not do that. So we say fortune is in follow up, right? It does not say fortune is in, fortune is in follow up, but not, the results may not come immediately after one follow up or two follow ups. Sometimes it may take 8 follow ups. Sometimes it may take 10 follow ups. And then the results will come. But if you're quitting after 1 or 2 follow ups, what if they are ready in the 8th follow up and somebody else shows up? Then you are missing out on that. Or you follow up too aggressively. You have to give them that space as well. So when we do the follow up call and how to strategically follow up and what are the ways that, and that day we are going to discuss that. You approach with hype instead of heart. This is very, very important. When you hype too much, you're overselling. You don't need to oversell. So you gave them an opportunity to think that this is a scam. Remember, I am 100% responsible for all the scenario of disasters that I create. Prospect does not create scenario of disaster. You create scenario of disaster. So do not have too much hype. In the first day, if I was told, Reshma, you can make $1 million from this business, I would have never attended that BOP. It's not possible. Okay. So don't oversell. And you try to be the expert. If you try to be the expert too much, it will not work as well. Okay. If you don't know when to end the conversation, more than what to say, you need to learn how to take an exit. Again, very important. You take rejections personally. There is no such thing as rejection. It's only feedback. Only Reshma can make Reshma feel rejected, nobody else. Okay. They are not rejecting you. They are rejecting the timing. They are surrendering to their own fears. They are not ready to work on their fears. Okay. They are not ready to stretch their vision. There is an opportunity to stretch their vision and think big, but maybe they are not ready at this time. It's okay. Makes sense? Now, what is the worst possible outcome of a bad approach? Okay, I'll tell you what happens when I create a scenario of disaster. I just don't lose a potential recruit or a network. Okay. If I have created a scenario of disaster with Murli is also losing that opportunity because of my scenario of disaster. He's thinking this is not for me. Did he also lose? See, when I have a conversation and when a person joins, the winning is at both the ends, right? I win, Murli wins too. But if I create a scenario of disaster, I lose and Murli loses too. Losing is also at both the ends. Very important. Okay. So these are all some of the things that we did. And then we discussed the approach scripts as well, and the conversation starters document have already been shared. I want to tell you, winners look forward to the holiday seasons. They don't make this as an excuse. They look forward to holiday seasons. You know why? They have an opportunity to connect with so many people in one time in the gatherings and everything. If you know how to just in a subtle way sow a seed, that's it in the holiday season. It's connections, right? Connections then will convert into conversions. So winners look for holiday seasons. They wait for these gatherings. They wait for these parties. You know, if people who don't have that mindset, they make holiday season an excuse. Are you going to make holiday season a reason or an excuse? That is going to be your choice. That is going to be your choice. Right? Awesome. Awesome job, everybody. 3 days we spent, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Again, congratulations to all of you for choosing discipline over comfort here. We are going to meet on Monday again. We will not have any call tomorrow, but you do have an action item, 10 calls. Saturday and Sunday, 10 prospecting calls. Make a log of it. Okay? Take this seriously and let's definitely have an obsessed and aggressive 2026. We will meet again on Monday, and Monday we will discuss the follow-up strategies. Okay, Monday 7 a.m., not 8 a.m. Monday we are going to meet at 7 a.m. Okay, awesome. Have a productive weekend. We'll see you all on the field. Okay.
You do the same, Reshma. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reshma.
Thank you.